live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
All right, on to the real. Now this on to the real is a good one for me, you know. And I got to tell a story about this guy because before I actually met him, I was like kind of an admirer from afar. He and I played the same position in college. And my freshman year, I started as a freshman. So I used to always look at, you know how the offense will look at the defense from the teams that they play. Well, when I heard about this guy, I went and took the tape from our offense to kind of look at some of the things that he did because I was really just learning how to play the position. I didn't play defensive end in high school. So when I saw what he was doing to opposing offenses, I was like, man, I got to steal some of this stuff that he's doing and kind of add it to the repertoire. But my freshman year when we played Bethune-Cookman, at the time it was Bethune-Cookman College, Stevie Baggs Jr. killed our offensive line in particular, and we still kind of taunt him about it. Our teammate Willie Shine, who was playing left tackle at the time, I want to say he had something like 3-4 sacks that game. And so, you know, I looked at that, man, and we would always tease him about it. And so when I moved to Atlanta, I got a chance to meet him. Actually, I think I met him right before I moved to Atlanta. I was visiting Atlanta, and I got a chance to meet him. And I told him about the story about how we how we would tease our left tackle about the game he gave up to him. So our on to the real spotlight for this week is Stevie Baggs Jr.
I could say, you know, there was an organization I worked with maybe about 8 years ago now, 7-8 years ago. And we had an opportunity to bring Stevie Baggs in. And one thing I'll say about the work that Stevie Baggs does, it's not easy to do that week in, week out, year in, year out.
Yeah.
But you're talking about somebody who's been consistent. You're talking about somebody who is real with it. So I just tip my hat off to your next guest because he has been about it. I've seen it over a period of time. And the fact that we're still talking about it almost a decade later, you know, says that this guy is something special.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he is husband first, former NFL player, actor, motivational speaker, and the author of 2 books, Greater Than the Game and Woke. I think, and talking a little bit about his acting career, he's been in a few different TV shows. He featured in season 2 of the reality dating matchmaking show, Match Made in Heaven. He's also appeared on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the show's Necessary Roughness, and the show Star. He's currently starring in a role in one of Tyler Perry's drama thrillers, Ruthless. And he's also on the Netflix show Cobra Kai. So I just want to give him his flowers. It's funny because Stephanie and I had talked about having him as our On to the Real spotlight a few months back, and I don't know what happened. I don't know why we didn't. I think that we ended up choosing somebody else. But he shout out to Jamia. Jamia is the owner and founder of New Breed Works. When she called us in to do something for the platform, you know, he didn't hesitate. So we got to speak to him there, and we were supposed to have him on the podcast at some point, and it just hadn't materialized yet. But I ran into him a couple of days ago at the doctor's office, and I told him, I was like, "Hey man, we gotta get you back on, man." And so he was willing to do it, and I thought this would have been a good time to have him on as our On to the Real spotlight. All right, feel good final thought. Now this one right here was such a dope story. I know my career ended with injury, and I went into coaching right afterwards and found out that coaching, well, I do love coaching, but just being under the coaches that I was under, and I won't go deep into that story, but just being under the coaches that I was under when I started my coaching career kind of drove me away from the profession. But Kendall Brest was a junior football player at his high school. He was diagnosed with a heart condition, and when he found out that he could no longer play football, his father, who was the head coach of the team, allowed him to join the staff. And so he has parlayed that into, in my opinion, a successful coaching career. And so not only did he coach at the high school with his dad, but he's also been now to Youngstown State. So he is now the coach of Grove City College, where he's coaching defensive backs. And so I just thought this was such a dope story. You know, I talk a lot about how you want to be done with the game before the game is done with you, as far as being a player. But it's always good when you see stories like this, where you see a player where something happens and you can no longer play the game, but you're able to transition and still be a part of the game that you love, the game you grew up probably playing. And you just never know when that your moment, and you know, when a moment's going to come where it's like your career is over. Because all of us who play football, or most of us, we have dreams of playing it professionally. And so when something deviates from that path, you know, it can be hard for guys to transition. And that's what the Field to the Real project was created for. So definitely wanted to highlight him. Shout out to Kendall Brest. Just a very inspiring story. All right, man. Vince, we are at the end of another one. I thank you so much for coming on. Before we get out of here, though, we gotta do a segment we call Show Picks, where you let us know, what have you been watching?
My wife and I stumbled upon, and I'm gonna say stumbled upon because we had some mentors of ours say that this show called Yellowstone was something that we needed to take a look at. And so during the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, that's when my wife and I get a chance to catch up on all the shows that we've missed throughout the year. And we have, in the last week, maybe two, gone through 3.5 seasons of Yellowstone. We've caught up to where this Sunday is a new episode coming out. But it's a story about cowboys, Indians, and then the business world trying to take the land again. And so you see this unique storyline between the animosity between cowboys and Native Americans who believe that their land was stolen. And you have progressive Native Americans saying that we want to get our land back. And, you know, you then have this conflict that ensues, but then you have business people looking to expand, and this pure area in Montana has yet to been developed. And so, like these business people love doing, they like developing but don't realize the backstory. And it's filled with principle, it's filled with grit, it's filled with determination, family dysfunction, tragedy, trauma, you name it. It gripped our attention, and so we're hooked. I think I'm gonna start wearing a cowboy hat. It's that exciting. So Yellowstone has been what we've been watching.
I gotta check that out because I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued. Well, so what I've been watching, it's funny, I didn't dive right into this like I wanted to, but now that I've watched the first 2 episodes, I kind of wish that I was able to binge it. When you got a child in the house, you know, it kind of stops a little bit. That's another nugget for you.
Trying to get it all in. I got a couple months left. I'm getting it. I'm sleeping when I want to sleep.
Oh man, say goodbye to that.
I'm doing it right now.
Man, but Colin in Black and White, the first 2 episodes really gave me a little bit of insight into how he came to the point that he is, but I'm really interested in seeing everything. you know, because I'm at the point now where he's in high school and he's just kind of figuring stuff out as a young man. And yeah, I was blown away by the first 2 episodes.
I'm looking forward to finally being able to sit down. So that's on my list. So I started King Richard, and then Colin is right under.
It's right there.
Right underneath that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get the King. Hopefully I can get the King Richard in the next couple of days.
Yeah. So far, I mean, you know, we got a little tired after that turkey yesterday. So we got through like the first hour. It's 2.5 hours. So we got through the first hour. So I mean, we're all in, and we were like, we don't want to go to sleep on this. So we cut it off before we went to sleep.
Oh man. Yeah. That's one of those ones I would think, it's like, all right, let me cut this off so I don't miss anything about it.
Yep.
Well, Vince, man, I got to say, man, I truly appreciate you for coming on, man. And not even just that, you know, anything that I've asked you, man, in the last couple of years, man, there hasn't been any hesitation, whether it be when I first moved to Atlanta, and I had so many different things going on in my life. I don't know if you remember this, but one of my first therapy sessions was with you. And so, man, I just appreciate you. You officiated my wedding. And just anything that I've asked, man, you've always been there, whether it be, man, that when we first got started with the Field to the Real project, going up to Georgia State and, you know, kind of speaking to them about some of the things that we could provide to them and all of that, man. You've just always been there. So I'm proud to say that you're my pastor, man, but I'm even prouder to say that you're a friend, man. And I thank you so much, man.
Man, it's an honor. I just enjoy walking alongside you, man. It's always joy. And, you know, I appreciate walking alongside somebody who's filled with faith. And that's where you are, Ronnie Jacks, the new one coming.
Yeah.
full house over there.
Yeah,
but you know, anytime we can all get together on a side like this and do something positive and work, we enjoy it. But man, when we all get together, it is hilarious.
Yeah.
And you know, my wife and I, we love you all dearly as well. So anything we can do to serve, support, be here, that's all I can really say. I guarantee I'm here. I might not know a whole lot, but I can guarantee that I'll be here to listen and just cheer you all on. And I'm enjoying seeing what God is doing in you all's life.
I appreciate it. We definitely extend the same to you guys, man. Anything that we can do, because we just so appreciative of all that you've done for us, man. So thank you, man. I wanted to give you your flowers on here, man.
Appreciate that.
I just truly appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Honor to be on today, man. We had a good time. This time ran.
Right. Hey, look, it went by fast. I'm looking at it now. I was like, man, it's already 9 o'clock.
Yeah. This flew by today.
Yeah. Well, this is episode 137 of the Field to the Real podcast. We thank you guys for checking us out, but we out of here. Peace.
See y'all.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras on me.